104.5 Triple M, the Weekenders, Danny Westport and Dobbo with you this morning. Weekend pluggers after 9 o'clock. We'll also talk about what is one of the most brutal rugby games you'll ever get, and it's not Super Rugby, it's the Army versus the Navy. We'll give you a snapshot of what's going to be on at Ballymore this afternoon from 1 o'clock. But it's that time of the morning where we speak to our real estate expert, Trent Quinn from iThink Property. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Dobbo. Danny, how are we?
Good morning, Trent.
Couldn't be better, mate. Danny and I were just talking off air, and it's so bloody hard to get you into this market, into this real estate market, if you're a first-timer. And when you're wanting to go and buy a house, there's so many things and unknowns that you don't know, mate. Talk us through today. If you're wanting to buy a house, the crucial things that you need to have in place before you even go and put an offer in with a real estate agent.
For sure. And it's a question that we're coming across a bit at the moment because there's lots of first home buyers out there at the moment wanting to take advantage of the grant before it potentially changes at the end of the financial year, as we discussed the other week. So the main thing that you need to be ensured that you've got a handle on before going to look at property is, and again, we've spoken about it in the past, is just around your financial capacity. What you can afford, and also, most importantly, in most instances, what you can't afford. So it's just talk to your bank, talk to your broker, and make sure you know where you're at from a financial point of view.
Trent, I think I'm in my mid-30s. I think the problem, without trying to sound too old, with my generation is that we have these expectations for what our first house should be. We go into it, we see what our parents have, what our parents' friends have, and we think that's what we need. So we go into
Correct.
it wanting something that's 800,000, 900,000, and we just have to, I think, accept that maybe we're just going to have to set our standards a little bit lower, and then maybe in a few years we can keep upgrading and reach that level.
Spot on, Danny. And it's very, very rare that you get your dream home as your first home. Mm-hmm. And what I encourage first home buyers to do is, look, if you can buy really, really well with your first home, well, then use that to get into your dream home in your second home instead of your third or your fourth. And
Small
I suppose
steps.
Yeah, small steps, mate. And what you need to weigh up is when someone is looking to buy, irrespective of their demographic or their geographical location, come up with a list of non-negotiables that you need for the property. So that may be bedrooms, bathrooms, car accommodation. It may be it needs to be in a certain area to fall into a catchment for a school. Come up with your needs. Mm-hmm. Then add a list of, your wants. Okay, well, if we could get a deck or if we could get a shed. And then, so be willing to concede ground on the wants, but make sure that you get as many of the needs as you can when looking for that property. And that's the easiest way to come about it, because you'd love to have all the bells and whistles, but 9 times out of 10, particularly for first home buyers, you just can't afford it.
No.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, legally, you need a decent solicitor. I know everybody talks about bank managers, but if you don't have your legals in place either who know what they're doing, that can blow out in cost.
Yeah. Conveyancing is an important part of the process, Dobbo. We're really fortunate in Queensland, though, under the property law and how it works. You can make an offer on a home today. So if you're going to an open home, you say to the agent, right, you're on the market for $700, I'll give you $675. However, I wish to make it subject to a 14-day period of time to ensure that I've got my finances under control, and then that same 14-day window to ensure that I can get a building and pest inspection conducted on the property to make sure there's no hidden lumps and bumps that you aren't aware of. So as a buyer, very fortuitous in the state of Queensland that you've got those conditions that you can lean on should something untoward pop up with the property that you weren't aware of.
Yeah, very, very good, mate. What's on for the weekend, my friend?
Well, you were talking about the rugby before. I'm at Woodend Park as the Ipswich Rangers get ready to take on the boys from Sylvan Road. We've got the West Bulldogs this morning, netball, open homes, and then hopefully a Reds win tonight, but I don't like our chances against the Chiefs in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's happening for me as well. Netball and rugby in Ipswich today and tomorrow. It'll be unbelievable. Hey, Trent Quinn from iThink Property, thank you so much once again. We'll talk to you next week.
No worries. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, there we have it. Good advice from Trent Quinn. Now, the real estate game. We love it every week. 133353. Danny Westport has got the house that could potentially be your house. We need to know what the price is. Give us a call, 133353. We've got a cracking prize, a family pass to go to Slideways go-karting. That will be if you can guess the price of the house. Give us a call right now. This is the Weekenders for Seats Are Us on 104.5 Triple M.